cannot wait to see Lote Tuqiri.
What a massive off-season signing for the West Tigers. Here he is about to play game number 100 in his NRL career. It's been 7 long years since we've seen him on a rugby league field at his best. He is brilliant.
Game number 100 for Lote Tuqiri, as you said, it's just fantastic to see him back in our game. Lote Tuqiri, 7 years playing rugby union, a huge name. And it's great to see some of our stars return back to rugby league, as we've seen over the past few seasons. And Lote Tuqiri, I bet she's nervous. First game in 7. He'll be nervous and he'll be ready to do plenty of work. I'm sure the Eagles will work him over.
They go down the short side for Lawrence, who gives it to Tuqiri, who scores with his very first touch back in the NRL.
One here. 6 little scrum play. Benji Marshall, Robbie Farah throws it across the face of Benji Marshall, hits Chris Lawrence, good ball. Well, the touch judge was standing right there. I thought if there was any sort of doubt over the try, it was could be a forward pass as he sort of pushed it out there. Chris Lawrence, Lote did well to hang on to it in the end, but the touch judge was there. He was standing there, so no forward pass ruled.
It's in the game at the moment. There's Louis going to Marshall, giving an early ball. Lawrence Tuqiri is away. Nobody at home. Only Stewart to beat. He puts the foot down, and Stewart saves a try.
Down the touchline. Brett Stewart coming across. He beats Williams for speed. Williams, oh, that's a gutsy tackle from Brett Stewart.
Dribble it, it's play on for Farah. It's come to Flanagan. A step and in and away and through. The man from Wigan. Now he's found Tuqiri. Lote Tuqiri. Who's after him? It'll be Nate Miles, but he'll run away from Miles and he'll score a 70-metre try. Welcome back, Lote.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of free throw work. There's some nice stuff there from Lote Tuqiri.
Tuqiri on the ground though, and Galloway goes over to Payton, second man to Marshall. He puts a stabbing kick in. There's a try coming for Tuqiri. Lote Tuqiri has scored another try.
4 or 5 play the balls, marching it up the field. They get themselves in good structure. They give Benji Marshall the time to think, and he decides grub a kick in behind is the perfect play, and Tuqiri supports him to open the scoring here at the football stadium tonight.
That Jared Hayne.
Let's stay behind.
Jared probably playing a little bit deep.
To the short side, a little kick. Yes! Lote Tuqiri. I think his legs have been suspended over the sideline as he's forced the ball with downward pressure. Lote Tuqiri.
Well, the degree of difficulty, 9.9. I don't know too many players who would even attempt this. And Tuqiri gets in behind them. Let's have a look at the put down. I think that's good enough. Legs, hands, knees, hair, all suspended. Nothing touching the line. In behind them, 2 hands, 1 hand, try. That is brilliant. Farah saw it. Lote Tuqiri supports him. And the Tigers on the Keno replay show why they are an excitement machine in this competition. That is brilliant.
Look at that. I can't believe what I'm watching. And Lote, that's 4 tries for the year. You reckon he's enjoying coming back to rugby league? Yep. He's number 1, all right.
This will be knocked on. The ball is lost and Tuqiri's down the line. Tuqiri's beaten Vito. He's run away from a prop. Now Campese. Now Marshall. He goes over and scores. Benji Marshall and Lote Tuqiri.
Going back to Thompson. Is that a knock-on from the Tigers? They say no. Benji Marshall in open space. Here comes Thurston. Here comes Gallant. And here comes Tuqiri. Lote Tuqiri beats 1, beats a second, beats a third, and under the post he goes.
Doesn't he do some work? Farah to Marshall. Marshall behind Lawrence away. From Fulton to Tuqiri. The speedster's away. Patton to beat. Get out of the road. I'm heading down the tarmac. And he puts the ball down there. Lote Tuqiri again scores
And Lote Tuqiri backed himself outside the address and in and away and then back in to beat Luke Patton. Kick to come, 12-4, could be 12-6.
Yeah, put that down to tiredness. Isn't it wonderful to have this man back in rugby league? The speed he showed down the left down there, big left foot step to beat Luke Patton, one of the more experienced fullbacks in the league. Lote Tuqiri, sensational.
3 out from half-time. Marshall's got the ball, goes wide to Lawrence, away, and Tuqiri has scored. Now Tuqiri, he'll have a crack at them, hard to stop, you can't. Well, he may have lost the ball. Oh, he's given the try without looking at it. Yeah. They've said try to Lote Tuqiri. That's the 50, folks. That is 46 points in 41 minutes. Lottie's got a double for the night.
Played by Daniela, it's with Farah. Farah goes to Marshall. Marshall away to Lawrence. Lawrence has gone for the pedal. He's over the 30. He's got the ball away to Lote. Tuqiri comes in field, gets rid of Soward. He scores, Tuqiri. Oh, what a wonderful try.
Shows what the Tigers are like when they can get the full width of the field. And with Benji Marshall out at second receiver, he's able to release Lawrence. Tuqiri had plenty to do. He juggles. He has to get inside Soward, make his way to the try line. The Tigers, they're back, Rabbits. They're back.
Wallace it is who kicks, and Tuqiri marks it back on his own 10-metre line. He's away from one. He's turned Yagi around. He's got one as a trail up. Now it's back to H-Fit. Steps inside.
And also Brown. Here is Tuqiri. Going to give him a chance to wind up, and he goes straight past them. Comes away from the sideline.
Tonga is a potential ankle sprain. They've taped it and hoping he's back.
The Tigers go on the attack once again. Good quick hands from Payton to Tuqiri, who stays alive. Boy, he's a handful. Out from the break. Here is Farah going to Marshall. Double pumping at McKinnon. Ashford for Tuqiri. And it's Leichhardt Lote who gets the Tigers on the board here tonight. Back row, Dane Hogan making a good stop on him. Here's Marshall chipping over the top for himself. Got a lovely bounce as well. Runs towards Ashley Graham, runs around him, over the top for Lote. And Leichhardt Lote is in again.
Should he been around longer than that? Here's Louis, back from Marshall. He double pumped and found Tuqiri. Lote crashes over. He might have got it down. He might have got it down.
It's down all right.
Is it inside the touchline?
Marshall, selective, not him, not him, not him. How about you? And now the physical confrontation, bang, bang, and gets it down in the corner.
Oh, good refereeing, good touch judge work as well. No inquiries.
That's brave stuff as well from Ben Farah, isn't it? He put his body on the line, but the bigger man prevailed. We saw a similar pass from Darren Lockyer at Origin.
Blake Green, the right winger, come over this side. Have a look at the players there. Benji Marshall gets the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players around there and selectively picked the right man. And look at this for a finisher. That's world class.
Oh, yeah. He's probably not showing us anything we didn't expect from him, but he's doing it, I think, very courageously today.
Back to Robert Louis in 7. Marshall, numbers are on here to Lote Tuqiri, and Leichhardt Lote, he lights it up one more time.
And really they needed to jag some numbers across to the right side of the field. They were stuck there. Some excellent play by the West Tigers. And Lote Tuqiri, he likes Leichhardt Oval.
Nathan Merritt as Lote Tuqiri goes to the line, and Lote Tuqiri scores.
Tuqiri, you just can't afford to give up tries like this when you're defending your goal line. Once again, slow to react at marker. Nathan Merritt down on his haunches. Eddie Pettyborn going too far across.
His own line.
Not only beautifully positioned, but he got down as Lote Tuqiri takes advantage of a quick play the ball.
Areas under it. Not much of a chase from the Melbourne Storm. And Lote Tuqiri has some space. Lote Tuqiri with Slater to beat.
Good afternoon. Early mark for Brad Fittler.
Robbie Farah, look at the Kuno replay, Rabs. Lote Tuqiri, age shall not weary him.
It's Marshall showing it out to Louis, onto Ashford. Surely. Tuqiri has scored.
He's in such sparkling form tonight.
So here he goes away from the scrum base. They found Tuqiri down the left side. He's gone for everything. He's turned on the four jets. He's away. He will score. Lote Tuqiri. Put it down, Lote. Don't do any more than that. And he scores under the dot. What a try. What a sprint. Usain, are you watching?
Involvement from Lote Tuqiri. Second man to Robert Louis behind Chris Lawrence. They've had success with this before this season. And Lote Tuqiri, a real athlete, brings it back, evading everybody. And it's about to be 12 turned into 16 into 18.
Sparrow. Will they use the Marshall to Wellis play? They go out the back instead. Here's Louis giving it across to Tuqiri from Mitch Brown. There was plenty of contact though. Back on the inside.
They'll be looking at that. Was any of the Dragons defenders taken out? Marshall across the field. An early ball to Robert Louis, and he allows him to do the ball playing. Lawrence. Well, Jamie Soward's run into Lawrence. Gaznier's become tangled up in the collision between those two. And the ball to Mitch Brown does look all right. Well, Gaznier's the only one. Jamie Soward, for mine, comes in off his line and attempts to make the tackle on Chris Lawrence.
Yeah, he goes the wrong way. I guess the only question you could have is the depth on the pass right there, given the fact that Lawrence runs to the inside shoulder. That's a massive factor in the Tigers' favour. There still, though, needs to be some depth between that contact and the pass. That's the only question for Steve Clark. We'll wait and see what he says. He says green lights.